Today I'm going to be giving the story on how I was almost arrested and thrown in jail in Accra, Ghana. But before we jump into this video, I just want to say thank you all so much for the support. If you're not already part of the family, smash that subscribe button so we can grow together, get better together, and improve little by little every single day while spreading Africa, while spreading Ghana, and while spreading positivity to the world. In order to start this story off, we need to set the scene. We now have to go back around 4 to 5 years. It is around our first couple weeks ever being in Accra, Ghana, and we decided the driver was not there on the weekend, so we said, you know what, let's just go drive around, let's go explore, let's go try some breakfast places, some lunch places. So that's what we decided to do. But this was the time before Ghana Vlog, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab my GoPro housing, the mount and everything, position it on the car, and we're going to go drive around, and then when I go back to Europe I can show my friends actually how developed Ghana really is, the state of the roads, the infrastructure, and just show how amazing it is. So that's what I decided to do. So I put the housing on, connected everything, and off we went. We went around all different places, and I ended up recording the roads, the infrastructure, everything. That where is not the problem lies. We end up going to lunch, we drive into the place, and I think, you know what, I'm not going to leave the camera on the roof, I'm going to unmount it. Now if anyone knows GoPros and the GoPro mounts, to try and get that mount off when it's so sticky, and it's just an absolute nightmare. So I decided I'll just unclip the camera, put the camera in the cubby hole, and then I'll just leave the mount and the whole contraction on the roof, and I'll fix it and take it off later when I get home. So that's what we decide. We end up having an amazing lunch, and we get back into the car. I've by this point completely forgot I was even recording roads earlier, and have no recollection that I still have the whole attachment, even though the camera was missing the whole attachment on the top of the car. We get into the car. Now we're trying to follow this GPS system, and we're just getting completely lost on our way home. And it's keep on telling us to do a U-turn, do a U-turn, do a U-turn. But there were no areas to do a U-turn, and they all said no U-turns. Then we came up to one opening where it looked like we could take this road. There was like a guard looking house we could drive through, take the roundabout, come all the way back, and then head back towards the direction the GPS is telling us to go in. But this is where the part gets tricky. I wait at the robot, do everything correctly, goes green, I take the corner, start driving down this road. And then drive through the checkpoint place almost, and we get to the roundabout. Now, as soon as I start getting to the roundabout, I see guards in military uniform with guns jumping out, and they all going crazy. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm looking around me thinking maybe something's happening around me I haven't noticed, but that was not the case. Then I realized they were actually shouting at me, and they were all just shouting, bring the car over, bring the car over, bring the car over to like this checkpoint area. So I ended up pulling the car around. I did down the window, and I was like, good morning, officer, what seems to be the problem? Is there something wrong? And he was very, very angry and was shouting and screaming. From the conversation, I realized he was saying, do you have no idea where you are? And I was like, I am so sorry, I have no idea where I am. I showed our GPS where we were trying to go, and he said, you have driven onto the Ghana National Defense Base, the military base. And right there, I was like, oh no, this is really, really not good. And then he said, why are you taking pictures? And as he said that, I realized I still have the housing on top of the car. So it was just an unforeseen error, even though there was no camera in it and everything. And there were more officers coming, more military personnel. And what then I could do to him, I said, I'm so sorry, we have no idea where we are. We just came, showing our passports, where we had just come from, showing our GPS, where we were trying to get, where we had just come from, that we had just come from lunch. And then from there, I said to him, I can assure you there's no camera in here. And I ended up pulling the whole mount off the car because there was no way I was going to jail. And then ended up showing him that it was an empty compartment with no camera inside, and there was no way we were doing any form of recording. From that point onwards, he got more relaxed, realized we were not filming on his property, we're not filming on the base, and it was just a complete mix-up and just an unforeseen circumstance that was not planned. So after that, he said, just be really careful, never do that again, and turn the car around, and off we went. So it was a really, really scary experience. I get like chills just thinking about it, because I honestly thought I was going to get thrown in jail because anywhere in the world you cannot form a military bases. And then the whole situation looked really, really bad. But luckily we were able to prove that there was no camera inside. And this was a situation, it was our first week in Ghana. Like I said, this was about 5 years ago. And all in all, it was a crazy experience. That's why if you see now, I never drive around with a GoPro outside the car on the roof, because I never ever want to go through that experience again. But I thought I would just share that experience with you very, very quickly. Let me know down below your comments if any of you have mistakenly ended up driving onto an active military base before without even realizing it. But thank you all so much for the support. Just a quick little video, fun little story that could have ended very, very badly. But thank you all for the support. I'll see you next week. Smash that subscribe button so we can grow together, get better together, and improve little every single day to keep spreading Ghana, keep spreading Africa, and keep spreading positivity to the world.